shields are down and we'll hit that ship with everything we got.
Alright, hey, what's up everybody? This is Agasically Stamus from GearWorks.com and the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube, as well as the Rounding Off Infinity gaming channel on YouTube, here with another Saturday Night live stream here direct to Twitter. So what I'm doing tonight is, number one, I'm starting a new Titan build in Destiny 2. I am also testing my new refreshed streaming rig configuration before my actual regularly scheduled live stream, which takes place in the month of September for the remaining couple weeks that we have left. Actually, just 1 week, right? Well, so I'll be running this rig for the next couple weeks, so it'll be the last of September, and then probably the beginning of first week of October as well. Although I haven't yet decided where I'm going to be live streaming to in the month of October. So it could be Facebook, it could be Mixer.
Let me at that console. We can find a schematic in there.
It could be Twitch, it could be Twitter again, or it could be... What's the other place that I'll live stream to? Facebook, Mixer, Twitch, Twitter, or YouTube, which is where I live streamed last month in the month of August. So what's really aggravating me is I had already defeated this boss, but then I went to, I'd already defeated this boss during my audio mix balance testing and pre-flight. I gotta do this all over again. So, normally what I used to do is is I used to change my streaming and game capture setup weekly, and that just became too burdensome and took up too much of my time troubleshooting. So if you've never watched one of my live streams or game captures before, part of my shtick is that I gather a lot of studio equipment and other tidbits that you would use to put live streams and game captures together. And I test and review a lot of it. So I do hardware reviews on my YouTube channel, Rounding Off Infinity. I write about it on my tech blog, gearworks.com, which I think you can see. Should be over here, unless I'm backwards. I might be backwards, so it might be over here on the screen. I'm not so great about getting the written part done, but I do try and get the occasional hardware review or out-of-the-box review, out-of-the-box episode recorded on Rounding Off Infinity. Ooh, sniper. What nabbit keyboard, where are you? Oh, you just ran right around the corner like that? That was foolish. I'm trying not to be overly heroic and zealous, because particularly on this section out here on the deck of the ship, I know that that can go badly. Oh, I'm using pistol too much. So yeah, so I had been, in an effort to reduce the amount of churn that I was getting in my effort to constantly review hardware and put it through its paces and get more actual streaming done and game captures and more gameplay done. I kind of in the last couple months tried to put the kibosh on so much of that churn, and what I've been going to is setting up a streaming rig and trying to leave it in place for a month. But that might be a little too static because I was kind of getting bored. Oh, really? Thought there was another regular Centurion. Yep, there he goes. Take out the trash. The lightweights over here. My grenade is still not back yet. This guy's almost down, though. Stay still and take your medicine. Really surprised that guy didn't just run and hide after Big Tubby got taken down. So yeah, so for the month of September at this workstation, I've actually had my Thrustmaster Ferrari 458 Italia Special Edition wheel and pedals set up, and then was using the Avermedia Live Gamer Extreme 2, the GC551, for all of my live streams. So I had predominantly been streaming a bunch of Dirt 4 on Mondays and Thursdays. Like I said, I think I'm going to alter that schema a bit and switch up gear more frequently than a month, but maybe not as frequently as every week. I've also definitely gone to using 2 entirely different pieces of equipment for live streams and game captures at any point in time. So, meaning, all those pieces of equipment, I'm not saying, I'll only use this video card for game captures. I'm saying when I set a particular config up for game captures, I will just use it for game captures for some period of time. So this week for my live streams, I will be using this setup. So for the video game capture card tonight, I am using the Razer Ripsaw USB 3.0 video game capture card. We'll talk through tonight. Getting to this point of actually doing the live stream tonight, I had a ton of troubleshooting to do. I'm also trying to get settled into a more repeatable schedule that I can count on, and part of that is my largest chunk of free time right now, although it's probably about to change here in the next week, is on Saturday afternoons.
The shield generator should be straight ahead.
And so it was a good day to have to do all that troubleshooting. So I have the Razer Ripsaw set up. One of the problems with the Razer Ripsaw is it is always a chore to get it up and running on a new PC. Once you have it configured and set up and figure out exactly how it's going to work on any given PC, it will work pretty consistently. But not only was I setting up the Razer Ripsaw, but I was also setting up for the first time on what I'm using tonight as the streaming PC, which is my recently acquired Acer Predator Helios 300 gaming laptop. So that is part of what I am testing tonight to verify that the gaming laptop is capable of handling live streaming. Of course, what sucks is I'm going to get accustomed to fighting as this guy, and then of course they're going to rip all my powers away. And it's probably going to be a couple hours till I get to the point where, I can buy a decent and recognizable ship and can actually expect engrams to start drops. I also hate this section. This is just such busy work.
Yes, just like that.
I also hate it because I typically will screw this section up and get killed here 2 or 3 times. Thankfully, at least, I'm not a warlock with his goofy jumping physics. It always takes me a long time to figure out.
Heat levels rising. It's working.
So yeah, I struggled and fought with the Razer Ripsaw this afternoon. The other problem is that the Helios 300 only has one USB 3.0 port.
Zavala? Amanda, we're headed topside.
Now I have it hooked up to a USB 3.0 docking station, but I would have just thought that due to latency and other issues that, I was thinking that I wouldn't want to put it on the docking station, so I actually had it disconnected from that. But I had it hooked to the singular USB 3.0 port. First, I had it connected over. First, I had it connected over one of my 5-meter USB 3.0 extension cables. It wasn't being recognized. Then I went into trying to install and reinstall Razer Synapse.
Guardian.
Now that's always a goat rope because it's always difficult to get that thing installed correctly. It's also confounded by the problem that now there is a Razer Synapse version 3 in beta. So probably through all my door cups this afternoon, I bet I probably have 2 versions installed on the Helios 300, which is not optimal. But I have things working now, so I didn't want to screw around with trying to uninstall one of those versions because it's not exactly clear exactly which version brought the drivers over for the Ripsaw. Razer's another one of these companies that, when it comes to video game capture cards, they do not offer the capture card drivers as a discrete download. They are embedded and wrapped as a part of some other larger software package, which is just really frustrating. I just really wish you could just go and download the discrete driver for the thing. But so it actually wouldn't work in that 3.0 port, even when I took it off the extension cable and connected it directly to the port. Turns out the way it runs is in one of the USB 3.0 ports that the docking station has, and I assume that's because the docking station is on its own power supply and probably delivers slightly greater voltage on its USB 3.0 ports that it has on its front panel. So whatever, fine. It's just that it took me a long time to get around to that. But once it's up and running, I find that the Razer Ripsaw is rock solid. It is one of my preferred capture cards. In fact, before I, fully got into being, one of my things being reviewing all capture cards, all external capture cards at least, and other studio gear. I triaged and got rid of a few capture cards. I actually got rid of my Elgato HD60 because it was just an HD60 and not an HD60S. I kept the Razer Ripsaw though, so I actually preferred it performance-wise to the original Elgato HD60. For a webcam tonight, I am using the Zoom Q2n webcam. Now the Q2n and the Zoom Q8 are actually cameras that are made by Zoom North America, that are really designed for studio magicians, for them to record performances and whatnot. It has a really great audio, really great microphone on the top of the camera housing, which I'm not using tonight, which is good because I'm having to play my in-game music out over an external set of speakers. But last week I was using the Zoom Q8 and kind of finishing up my testing on it. This week I'm using the Zoom Q2n, which I've only used this camera once previously. And I have 2 of these because they're kind of because they're so small and tiny and easy to quickly set up. For voiceover commentary tonight, I am using the Plantronics Rig Flex gaming headset. And for in-game audio, I am using the my local speakers, which are a pair of Vanatu 1 speakers, I think they're called. So I tested earlier in the in-game audio coming off the speakers was not bleeding into the mic. So hopefully that is still the case. Now I have the Q2n, one of the other neat things that I'm trying out tonight, and I'm kind of is under test, is I recently grabbed a bunch of different mechanical arms and rigging for cameras, since I have some higher end cameras that are, you know, beyond like my Logitech webcams, but they are sometimes difficult to get into optimal positions to use as a live stream webcam. So I have the Q2n connected. So what I've done is I set up my Dolica ST300 tripod with a super clamp and a Neewer 2-link friction lock mechanical arm, which works really well. And then I have the Zoom Q2n sitting at the end of that mechanical arm. Now the gaming PC I'm playing on tonight is my primary Uber box, which is what I call my PCs that are purpose-built DIY builds to handle VR, gaming, and being a streaming PC themselves. So this machine is fitted out with an AMD Ryzen 7 1700X CPU, a 1 terabyte internal SSD, 24 gigabytes of DDR4 2666 megahertz RAM, and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070 GPU. Yeah, just careful me in running. Oh, I didn't realize you start seeing these dogs. Like, I've recently been playing the Curse of Osiris DLC and saw those dogs, and I was like, I think I've seen them before. So I didn't realize you see them this early in the game.
It's that falcon again. Is it following us?
No ghost. I think we're supposed to follow it. I don't think it's following us. So like I said, of course, all this gear is pulled together and is cabled up over to the streaming PC, which, as I previously mentioned, now is the Acer Predator Helios 300. Now that... No double jump. Now that laptop, I don't even remember what processor it is. Pretty sure it's a 7th generation Pentium Core i7. I can't remember the exact designation. It is fitted out with 32 gigabytes of RAM and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060 GPU. Oh. Man, I really have not So what I believe is if I just move, I can just outrun all these guys. Oh, I may have monkey dorked that up. Forget exactly. Okay. Is that what was supposed to happen, or is it resetting me? That was what was supposed to happen. Okay.
No, look. Somebody left a perfectly good guardian flying around. Things must be worse than I thought.
And for lighting tonight, I've got 2 portrait lamps that I have set up. So two of the other really cool things one other cool thing that I'm using tonight is I'm using the Alla Excalibur SI-881 half mechanical gaming keyboard. So I've shown this on camera a couple times before, so I'm not gonna. Well, I guess maybe I can put it up tonight. So, of course, I'm trying to wait until I can actually see it in the Twitter feed. Wow, just how far behind is Periscope? It's getting there. Yeah. So this is what I'm using for my primary keyboard entry. It has a little wrist pad mount on it, which came off when I picked it up. So, yeah, that wrist rest doesn't screw in or anything. So.
The city is secure. Those who fled are being hunted, and those foolish enough to remain have been executed. Victory, as with all things, is yours to claim.
It's like a little iced coffee going on tonight.
All that remains is the completion of the cage around this great machine. Then we may begin the extraction of its power and put it to its rightful use.
So the other big problem that I had tonight was virtualization of the sound channels didn't work in Windows 10, which is just really frustrating because it just was working last week when I live streamed from this workstation. So this is the thing where in order to get the in-game audio to a place where you can listen to it, what you do is you set your sound settings to make your primary output the video capture card, or sometimes it shows up as your monitor in the menu. But you set it for that, and then you go into the recording tab and you select a thing that's in there that should be called a stereo mixer, which should be provided by the manufacturer of your motherboard's onboard audio solution, which I'm sure 99% of you out there, that's Realtek. So you set that up as the recording device, and then you select the Listen To tab, and you enable that. And so basically what that does is that sound, that virtualization of sound, basically listens to your primary output, grabs that audio, and resends it out as an additional output over a virtual sound channel. What I should have been able to do is I should have been able to set that to be selected that stereo mixer and then plugged into my front panel 3.5mm jack, and then grab that audio and sent it into a speaker or my desktop speakers, which might, like I said, I think in my case are a set of Vanatu 1s, which is what I eventually is part of what I eventually did. But there was some type of weird squelch or whatever coming out over that channel. I don't know why, but I shifted to what now normally doesn't work 90% of the time, which is the 3.5mm jack audio output on the back of my LG 27-inch 4K monitor that I'm gaming on. Not gaming in 4K because the Razer Ripsaw doesn't do 4K, and it doesn't even have 4K as a pass-through, which there are very few cards today have that. I think I have all of the ones that do. And so with those, you are able to at least game in 4K, even though the capture card is capturing at 1080p. Okay, so you at least got past that section.
Anything worthy of a closer look. Oh. I'm glad to see you safe. I am Tyra. Tyra Karn. I'm sorry. Have we met before? Losing my connection to the light has been disorienting. Now, I understand you seek the shard of the Traveler. I too have dreamt of it.
So that all being said,
A wound that never heals. But I do not trust its pull. Like us, the shard no longer knows the light. Not since the Traveler cast it off during the collapse. For centuries it has twisted and corrupted everything around it. Where it lies is now a place of death. If you are determined to go, remember, the Guardians are no longer immortal.
alright, thanks Tyra. So unfortunately, this is the first time at the farm, so I got a fair amount of housekeeping to do.
Let's do the thing. This is a lot of civilization. For me, at least. Of course, I've been living outside the city half my life. So, anyway, heard you want to go poke around that busted-up hunk of travel. You Guardians have a weird idea of a good time. Lewis and I know plenty about trusting your gut. So I'm not about to stop you. I've got enough to deal with here. Take that ship you flew here. At least it'll get you back faster. See all these refugees? I haven't lost one yet. Don't you be my first.
Oh boy.
Couldn't have picked better myself.
Alright. Oh, the two dudes that are normally here aren't even down there yet. So I guess that is everyone that I would have needed to see. Oh boy.
Need something?
Spark in the EDZ. So I guess that is what I need to... No. How do you... Oh, boy. Alright. What is the obvious thing that I'm forgetting? Fine, I'll head to the EDZ.
Sure you want to do this? That shard is the reason this place is called a dead zone.
We have to. Oh. It's a sign.
Yeah, a sign that says dead zone.
Alright, so all in all, this is going fairly decent. So I probably got another 30 minutes or so till I get my light back. If I can stay awake that long. And if my audio quality is coming out decent, then it's good to know that
I mean, nothing says come visit like a dark haunted forest.
I'll definitely have all my stuff set up and configured for the regularly scheduled live stream on Monday night.
Your small gap.
I am exhausted, so that's probably why.
Nobody goes farther than that. At least nobody wants to come back.
I am probably, admittedly, either starting to get a little bit loopy or... Oh, yeah, that's right. This proceeds down into the forest. So it used to be on OG Destiny. Pretty much I didn't play as anything other than a Titan. Okay. It's really uncomfortable not to have your double jump. So thank goodness I will have that back before I go to Titan. Which is a game level that literally just has so many heights and weird jumps out over nothingness that... and it's actually unnerving for me to play through sections of Titan. So what I should have going on as well, maybe on a different channel, probably definitely with a different setup.
Did you hear something?
Now, I thought at one point I'd played this, and if you paid attention, you could actually see the cloak falling down there, at least the first one. But that may not be the case. Yeah, there went one over there. Oh. Why am I not... Oh. It's not good. hitting the wrong button. Wrong mouse button. Well, that'll make a fight a little... fight was not nearly supposed to be that white knuckle. Alright, because I had picked up the submachine gun before. Oh boy. So I think no matter what, I'm going to play. Am I able to get into... So I have... yeah, so you can't get to... Can't get to roster yet, right? Okay. Oh, so he actually... the Titan actually requires a heavy. Right off the bat. Because I've been recently doing the same thing on another system, and I know that was the thing. Like you, like I didn't get a heavy forever. And it's hard to realize when you think back to it through the veil of nostalgia. Now we're starting to cook with gas. Yeah, and then there was another, like I said, I think I'm playing through this maybe on another system, but it seems like when I was a hunter, like I didn't get...
The shard of the traveler. This is it. Right out of our vision.
Like as a hunter, I didn't even get a rifle for the longest time. Like I kind of kept finding pistols. So again, this is one of these things where Destiny 2 kind of cracks me up just in terms of there's such a stark contrast. There were some firefights that you just kind of wade through. Not have grenades, so I need to keep that in mind. I do need all the ammo I can get. Blasted recoil. I will have to say with this compared to, you know, how things are with my characters when I'm way up in level, it is kind of actually nice to get back and play a little bit where you're not basically invincible. And actually have to work and fight for everything. I got that box of ammo that he dropped. Now, I have yet to purchase the Forsaken DLC. I do have all the other DLC. Man, that guy must have been pretty high up. Oh. Whoa. Now, normally, once you get to about the mid-game, I tend not to keep a ton of armor and just keep what I need. So we'll see if that changes with the arrival of the ginormous amount of gear you can carry, as well as the vault. I've never historically been into hoarding more things that I really could potentially use. But like I said, having recently played Destiny 2 after a long layoff, and again, I don't want to say it's like a layoff. It's not like I deliberately, got pissy about the DLC and then didn't play the game. It just hasn't been up on my playlist for lots of reasons. Man. So the iced coffee was good, but I fear that whoa, I think this is the area, though, where I have to fight a small number of knights. Show up, or at least two, I think. Nope. Need to try and make quick work of this guy. Oh, whoa, no, 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 no! How did two of those dudes show up? That wasn't called for. I think that might be an effect of me playing through it for the second time. I think that's their way of quickly and kind of artificially ramping up the difficulty, but not be overly about it, while definitely uncool the way he just happened to bamf in right on top of me, though. Oh man. Really not very sportsmanlike or manly. you'd be shooting those little things, and they'd be basically homing missiles. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's move, let's move, let's move, let's move. Actually look pretty cool. Really gonna have to isolate and take these guys down in small numbers. Now, is that another... He's another scrapper or whatever. Oh, that's right, I have a heavy. I keep forgetting about that. All of you shall look upon me and fear. Oh!
I think we scared them away. Speak to the shark.
Oh, no, 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 no! Because that I don't believe that Mgram's going to be there when I get back. When the game pops back out. Small price to pay to get your light back, though, I guess. Ah, man. Should have taken a nap today. I'm definitely struggling.
This is why we were late.
Now, one of the reasons I personally keep coming back to Destiny 2 is I'm not a person, one of these people, I guess I would say, who is all bent out of shape about the content and the amount of content and how quickly you level up or whatever. This is a game, I guess, that I play casually, and, you know, I play it, then I go away and I do something else and I come back to it. It is just part of my norm that I don't, just, you know, drill a deep sea oil well, you know, on games that I get. I typically just, you know, and admittedly there are some negatives because of it, but I tend to
Hold on to your helmet.
yeah, I think we're back to what I would call the norm. What? Oh! Like something out of a heavyweight boxing match. It's always a super good feeling. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever get tired of, after spending... It's really not that long a period of time when you really think about it. I think the first time through it, it feels like an eternity, but... normally, I thought it was like an hour that you spend without your light, but I think it winds up being like, no, let's not get too cocky. Oh, that's gonna hurt when it goes off. Oh, that just landed perfectly. Oh. Oh, snap! Pull it. Ooh. Where's that other one? Okay, that works. Lots of stuff to get sorted out in the tower, I believe. I kept seeing me picking up a bunch of stuff. And I am not familiar with, or it's been a while since I've played the Titan, so What is that about? Hawthorne and Shax. Oh boy. That's actually the EDZ, I guess, right? So I need to head back to the farm. Cannot access other activities at the time. What is going on? Okay. I can't select that. Okay. So I get it. I am not quite. Oh. It was automatically flying me back. I'm like, why can't I pick anything? Alright. So I think I'm going to try and stick it out for about another 30 minutes. I'm not clear. Yeah, that's what it is. Does he have his emotes now? Greeting. Alright.
It's you. You and I walked together as the tower burned. And now
Oh boy, Sharks, you're killing me.
your light burns a path before us. And on that path I see many battles ahead of you. Battles only you can.
Oh, I don't know why I left that up.
In my arena, should a titan stand in your way, crush him. If a hunter confronts you, break her blade. If a warlock speaks, feed him his words. There is only one path to victory. See you on the battlefield.
Oh boy. Wow. So I'm hoping that I can make it to 11:30. Oh, they actually want to charge you for that. Interesting. So my glimmer is the same across my two characters, so it's nice to know. Yeah, I like grabbing the ones that don't have any costs associated with them. I don't bother getting the Crucible bounties, so I'm just not a big... In fact, I've just never played in the Crucible.
More guardians like you. Red Legion's coming.
Or maybe I've jumped into it once or twice, but it's just really not my thing. Alright, we'll take that one.
This'll be useful.
I don't know where I got all these from. he let me pick a second piece of gear? No. Okay, those he's charging you for. Alright.
Some of these rookies, Guardian.
Talk to Hawthorne.
Well, look at you.
Oh boy.
You got your life back. I don't know how you did it, but I'm glad. Because we're gonna need it. There are a lot more survivors out there, and they need our help.
So unfortunately, I don't have a Be Right Back screen configured on the streaming PC because it's fairly new, and I definitely don't have it every little scenario set up and configured for it to take advantage of just yet. Alright. Now, where is Kennedy on this early map? Nope, I don't think she's out there. Here's my vault. Oh boy. Let's check and see how the other storekeepers handle me first. And Tess.
What? You thought a bit of apocalypse would shut down Eververse? Not likely. We have two choices here. Give up, give in, or stand up, brush off the dirt, and face whatever comes. With style. Even in the worst of times. If you look good, you feel good. And this place? Could use a little glamour. So, what can Eververse do for you today?
Oh, these are just bounties. Alright. Oh boy. Oh, I don't have many more of whatever this currency is, which is certainly not Glimmer, so I'm not gonna
Thank you for shopping at Eververse.
spend all my money in one place.
The dreams have changed, and now I know why. Truly, the traveler has chosen you. Your light shines brighter than ever. As a guardian, my calling has always been as historic, not warrior. And I will ensure your great deeds will never be forgotten. I don't need light to record your deeds. For a while more, at least. Make no mistake, my friend. We are living through history.
Oh boy.
The burden of legacy falls on you. We are the scattered people of a fallen city. You are our last and only hope. Be brave, Guardian.
Okay.
Farewell.
Oh boy. You said you want to go. I think she's saying she wanted to head for the vault now. Just make sure that I don't have any. so this is this thing. Oh, man, come on, don't get hung up on anything.
Gotta say, I'm really liking this new setup.
Anything worthy of a closer look?
Oh, boy. Oh, that's the Cryptarch.
She said she wanted to express something.
Man.
What did you want to say?
Oh, boy. This is a time of night that I need to be able to think straight, and that is actually basically what I'm not able to do. to Ooh. Come on. I gotta go all the way back around.
Did you have some plans you want to talk about?
I think she and I already talked this segment, right? So she's just offering stuff to be sold at this point. So I think what I want to do is get my excuse me, inventory straight. Man. Ooh, that's 24 into 26. Grab that submachine gun. You only have one heavy. Okay, good deal on the helmet. And on the gauntlets.
Central, could you repeat that?
Good boots. Oh boy. Alright. Yeah, but I saw what they were saying out of the corner of my eye. Sentinel, and that's the only kind that you have available, right? Boy.
Deborah, your head down. No, I don't think the Fallen are interested in debating.
How's it going on?
Boy.
Wow. Bargaining never gets old.
Alright, then I know I'm out in the open, but usually I try and do these things back at HQ. What? No, 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 no. Lad nabbit. Alright, let's just do this and be done with it. Oh boy. Man. Alright, the only thing that it looks like I can reliably control is my selection of weapons, so let's stick with that for right now. 24, 24, 26, 24, and 10. Alright. No. boy. No, I don't even know where I am. I just completely lost any sense of situational awareness. Okay, so I guess I was outside the thing. Okay. Oh, Postmaster. Ugh. Okay. Okay. So I didn't realize. Also, didn't realize how much time.
New location. Even in war, we must find ways to enjoy ourselves.
Okay, so I don't think there's anything to do there.
You have questions?
Nothing there. Maybe. Oof, in my addled brain, I was thinking I was looking for somebody to give me a mission. Speak with Devram in the EDZ. Okay. Here we go. This will be interesting to see. Are there a bunch of 40s out in the courtyard here?
Don't get cocky now that you've got your powers back. The EDZ is rough, especially around the old town. Just remember, refugees from the city have it a lot rougher. You want to help them? Find Devram K.
I don't know. My Titan looks like he could certainly handle. Yeah, but I know he's lower level, so I can expect some hash and trash enemies to give me a hard time. The with reinforcements piece that worries me a bit. I think I'll be more useful to oh boy.
Yes. Here I have no tea to say. It's in dire times indeed. Devram K, the 8th at your service. City militia. Now I serve at the pleasure of my dear friend Soraya Hawthorne. First on the docket, contact other refugees and tell them of the farm. That means building a comm network from the ground up. And even though I happen to be a damn good shot, the four give me a devil of a time. I dare say you can handle a few rounds with the enemy. I've seen what Guardians can do.
Boy.
I think it's time to let the guns do the talking now, don't you?
No, that's not what I want to do. How did I even get in there? Okay. Yep, fine. We'll take the differently colored mouse. Leave all that stuff there alone.
Goodbye, Guardian.
Did I pick up? No. Okay.
Let's get started. There's a banner on the main floor. Give it a look, will you?
This is a fallen house sigil. I don't recognize it though.
Why? The Fallen seem to have put this up as something of a threat. I imagine you'll
All
find
right,
one
7 more minutes.
down there with a bit of a story to them.
Oh man.
We both need some supplies to get going out here. See if you find a cache in one of the buildings nearby.
Loot the region chest. It's out over here this way. They might even... Ah! It's me stupid. I put a shield up. I don't know why I keep doing that. Oh, no, no, no.
Very well done. To survive, we'll have to look for every opportunity. Keep your eyes peeled for more supplies in the wilds. Speaking of the wilds, there's a symbol on the wall of the church. Take a look.
Symbol on the wall of the church.
Devon, where did this symbol come from?
I believe your city hunters must have put them here and there about the region as they scouted around. I think they meant it to mark something special. Or dangerous.
Oh boy.
Or both?
Alright, here we go.
The history of this region is fascinating. I believe tunnels and caves like the one you're in now stretch all across the EZ. Who knows what's lurking down there? Be careful.
That took care of all of them? Alright. Oh boy. Yeah, that glass is apparently bulletproof. Glad nabbit. be better about that. Ow. I see the captain, but I gotta take out trash first. Wow, really? That only did 50% that time? Okay. Come on. Where is he? That did him in. Yeah, I'm clearly not finding it my most effective when I'm trying to stave off falling asleep. Ah, come on. I got hung up on a rock or something as I was trying to move to my right. Alright. Okay, so I think this little tidbit here is going to be all I can do. Then I have got to get off. Now I lost track of where I was. No, what? No, it's not what I meant to do. Wow, are you coming down? Great. Alright, so hopefully that still counts as I defeated him, and hopefully I get down here. Man. In time to get to his cache. I think I am.
Good work down there, you two. Keep an eye out for other hidey holes and treasures like this one. But that's for another day. In the meantime, what say we get down to business? Come on back up to the church tower.
Ooh, can I level up? Ah, boy. Alright, well, thanks so much, everybody, for joining in on the live stream tonight. Again, as I mentioned, I will be on Monday night from 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern Time. And then again, Thursday mornings from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be playing. There's a good chance I might still be playing some Destiny 2. We'll have to see how that goes. Thanks so much for joining in, though. Once again, my name has been Agasically Stamus from GearWorks.com, the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube, and the E2KG Network podcasting channel also on YouTube. Please feel free to head over to those two YouTube channels and like any videos that you see and that catch your fancy. And then I've got to go see Devrim. And I do apologize again for being so exhausted. If you have any questions on the technology that was in play tonight, again, that's my primary shtick. Please feel free to ask away about those. Once again, tonight I was using the Razer Ripsaw USB 3.0 video game capture device. For a webcam, I was using the Zoom Q2n handy video recorder, a Neewer friction locking arm, a Dolica ST300 tripod, and then for voiceover commentary, I'm using the Plantronics Rig Flex. So hopefully I will see you guys on Monday, or else, and again, I will be live streaming right back here directly to Twitter, or like I said, if you have any questions, please jump into the Twitter feed and ask away. That's going to do it for me. I'm out.